Dude, I have no idea how it got so messy in here, bro.
Yeah.
But pretty crazy. We're actually going to be starting to fundraise actually. And the goal is to raise $1 million. And that will allow us to get a couple key hires in and different things like that. But if you watched the last video, you know that our startup Clova recently went viral on Twitter. So it got about like 700,000 views on there. It got 200K on Threads, and it got like 100K on Instagram. So basically now, I think we have found something that we know that we can build out that people actually like. And now I definitely need to move fast because the space is getting competitive really quickly already. Need more engineers, need more people to just really get this going. And obviously also riding the momentum, right, of the viral post. But you know what's really crazy, Ryan, is just that if you told me 2 weeks ago, remember 2 weeks ago, we still weren't even sure what we're building.
Yeah.
We have like a builder check from F Inc. And we're like, okay, this is pretty cool. We're gonna keep building with this and off of side projects. And 2 weeks later, now we're gonna be fundraising. Try to be as authentic as possible and try to share as much as possible, not just the good and the bad. So I'll tell you guys with me on this fundraising journey. Even if it doesn't go well, I'll still share the stuff of why it's not going well. But we'll see, man. We'll see how the fundraising process goes. Just gotta lock in now since there's so much stuff going on. And Ryan's gonna be focused on coding while I'm focused on fundraising. And hopefully we can get to the next level soon. Been fundraising this week and just been pitching, man. Like a lot of pitches lined up every day, just calls after calls after calls. And I mean, this is my first time fundraising, and I'm really seeing why people say fundraising is a full-time job, and really trying to get this round closed soon because it is a massive distraction. Like I want to work on YouTube to do, to make more content. I want to do more growth. I want to be coding, but this fundraising just takes up so much of your time. But also at the same time, it's something that needs to be done, right? Because we need more hands, man. Like Ryan and I were working all day 24/7, but there's only so much output we can produce. Just having a couple extra team members will just be extremely helpful for us to just move things faster and scale things up, right? But what is really interesting about fundraising, I've been talking to a lot of founders here and myself and be like experiencing about this is it's to manage your emotions. It's a very, very challenging thing. Because when you're pitching, you go up and down a lot, your emotions. And I think that is how people get crushed when they fundraise because you don't know what's going on. Next thing you know, a deal can fall through. Maybe you thought you had a good conversation, but maybe they actually weren't interested at all because in a VC's perspective, in their eyes, why would they ever be mean to you, right? Why would they ever disagree with you? There's no interest for them on that part. So as I talk to more founders too, what I realized that is your emotions will always go up and down. That's just how it is. And the key thing I think a lot of times we think about is like, okay, well, just don't go up and down. But instead of thinking about it as in like not going up and down, it's about how to minimize it. So just lining up these calls and keep going with this, just trying to get this done as quickly as possible to get back to building product.
Go ahead.
Sure. I'm Davis from
The Greg Iceberg event just happened. Unfortunately, I had to miss most of it just because so slammed with fundraising, everything going on, and honestly I haven't been recording much either, just been super busy trying to get this round closed. But basically it was a good event, man, for Khan, and him talked a lot about content, the classic stuff, and a lot of big show out. It's pretty crazy too, like Greg had like a whole camera crew with him and basically recording everything. I think they're making a little documentary, so really cool stuff. On the side note, if you want to work with a cool videographer,
dude,
filmmaker,
I hardcore need a new phone, bro.
Hitting your hiring?
Oh shit, yo, bro. $100,000 to $150,000, 0.5 to 1.5% equity in a VC fund. I don't give a shit if it's a documentary. If you tell stories, I want to hear them. You understand me? I'm hiring people. I need another person. It'll be between $100,000 and $150,000 a year. But that's not why you do this. You do this to tell stories.
the best videographer in SF, bro.
Don't call me, dude. Stop saying that.
Your best filmmaker.
Thank you.
So we just closed 100K today, right?
Oh yeah.
Crazy, man. Today was definitely a good day. I think the whole theme about this vlog about fundraising is that emotion just going up and down a lot, right? So today's definitely an update though. So trying to not get too excited too as well, since obviously job is far from done. And the angel is actually someone who's pretty badass person, you know? got 100K in now, so finally got the first two main checks. Now hopefully momentum just keeps on rolling, because I think a lot of times that people say with fundraising, the first check is always the hardest, since most of the time all the VCs are kind of just like that's. You ever see that Spider-Man meme, Ryan? You know, when they go
Yeah,
like
were they
this?
pointing at each other?
Like, who's gonna go first? So we don't have like a lead investor yet, but at least we have a couple of these checks coming in. So gotta keep it pushing, keep doing meetings, and dude, I don't think I ever gotten this many calls in a week before.
Yeah, that's definitely a new record.
And these calls are tough, man. They're not easy calls either. You gotta be locked in talking about it. They take a lot of energy. But I talked to Ryan about this too. For a couple of days, not gonna lie, I was kind of complaining about fundraising just because I want to work on products so much that I am done complaining about this now. So the new me, I'm gamifying the game, trying to get as many meetings as possible, and hopefully we have a big fund coming soon. Pre-interview right now, Ryan?
Yep.
Yeah, so basically right now we are at the A16Z office. Outside of it, we're actually going to be pitching to one of the GPs about speedrun today. So that's like the accelerated program they have. Basically what happened was our post went viral, right? And we have a lot of inbound and stuff. And obviously Fundraising helped us reach out to a couple people, and they saw the post. So they were interested, actually invited us to go pitch in person with them right now. Been preparing for this a little bit, but also, like, to be frankly, I'm just so focused on like customers right now. Really want to get this done. And it is pretty interesting because fundraising is something I haven't really done before. I just kind of want to, as an entrepreneur, really want to just focus on the product and work on it. But this is also something that's needed, right? If I have more cash and we get more people, more things going. So kind of going through this loop right now. So about to go pitch for them right now. Do I feel nervous? I guess that's probably what people are wondering.
Yeah.
You used to be nervous because we didn't have a lot of traction, you know? But now I realize that, like, I actually have traction. We have a post that got 700K views, and we have users, and we have people uploading videos, and people trying out the product. But also, I'm not nervous because you can't have scarcity mindset. And the truth is that there are more VCs out there. There are more money out there in tech. And thinking that way, having scarcity mindset is never the right way to do it. Just got to go in and just have a nice conversation, and we'll see what happens. All of a sudden, you're back.
Yo,
How you been, bro?
been good, man.
Dude.
Estoy practicando español.
How many months were you gone for?
About 5 months.
You just flew to Mexico?
Yeah, was in Mexico City for the whole time.
Me and this guy, we were literally here all day for the whole month of December, or what?
All day, every day, holidays, 7 days a week.
And then he just disappeared one day. He was like, I'm going to Mexico. And he just went for 5 months and there's nomad there to build a startup and just left me and Ryan the dust, man.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Clover to the moon.
Meta engineer, quit his job, went full time building a startup. What are you working on now, bro?
Right now, I'm working on a headhunter agent. We just launched like a prototype on Saturday, so I'm getting feedback from a handful of recruiters, and they could use it to get better at their job, and founders can also use it to do their own kind of outbound sourcing.
When you leaving again, dude? You can't leave this time. You're stuck with me now, bro.
I'll be in the Bay for like 2 weeks.
And then what? Going back to Mexico after?
See some fam, then back to Mexico.
Bro, you in love with that place now, bro. This is that indie life right there, bro. That indie
Yeah,
hacker life. You got all that freedom, bro. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
What are you working on?
Nah, fundraising. Nah, I'm actually working on making a new website right now. I'm actually not coding up this time just because I realized that my design skills are honestly so garbage, right? And that's something I do want to get better at. So I'm actually using Framer to make this website because a lot of founders here also use Framer, and I really like some of the templates, and a couple of the founders just gave me a crash course, and I just been messing around with it. It looks pretty sick if you see it right now. Like right now, not gonna lie to you, Ryan, our landing page is trash.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because of my poor design skills. So I'm gonna remake that right now because I think that's really, really important. Plus, we're actually not gonna be really focusing on a desktop anymore. We're gonna be focused on making a mobile app for this idea. That's part of a good thing, I think, of launching without a wait list. We're able to get a lot of data, right, that we have talked about. I also like to kind of get some like website ideas, I guess, or like advice of what you guys can think would be better. So I'll probably also like record a quick little screen recording. This is kind of the site I have. I basically just took this template, and the idea, with our idea now, kind of going to be focused on like being like the best vibe editor on your phone. What I do like a lot about Framer is that there's a lot of these like pre-made sections already, and a lot of these icons are very like creative. I do already like this minimalistic look. But if you guys have any suggestions, just like let me know too, because I try to launch this like as soon as possible. But also Framer is actually also the sponsor for this video. But like always, I will never take a sponsor if it's not a brand that I would use myself, right? And please give me some critique on my website so I can make it better. Thanks, guys. How's the code coming, man?
Good. It's moving. Trying to get the rough cuts to work properly.
Not as good as you expected, you say?
For this one, yeah, but it's fixable. When it comes out and it's not what you expected, it's not a good feeling. I didn't expect it to work, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I've just been holding this down, man. It's pretty tough, man. You've been so busy with the fundraising talks and everything, but we have so many users trying to use the product, and we got to push updates for it. But
yeah, I feel bad, man. You just been in here like 12 hours a day in this room. I mean, we go to effing though, actually.
Maybe go to effing sometimes, but sometimes it's nice just to work from home, kind of peace and quiet, just hacking away at it, dude.
So you're working on making the rough cuts better right now because it's a little bit off or what?
Yeah, it's a little bit off, but no, I think it's something we can't fix.
Dude, this is why I like don't like fundraising, because like I just feel like you just been in here like going at it. I want to be there with you, man.
Yeah.
I want to be there coding with you, dude. Make it happen.
That's right. Don't worry about me, man. I'm holding it down.
Wait, no ENV keys, right? There's nothing.
No ENV
Oh yeah,
keys.
there's only logs right there. So
Just
it's fine.
logs. Coding just takes time, man. But this time we're really trying to do it right, because last time we paid the price. We did a lot of like hacky things that didn't really turn out too well. So I'm really trying to make sure we do it right this time, because luckily we have some traction on this, and hopefully we can stick with this product for a long time. So if we're going to be using this code base for a while, we want to make sure it's done right.
It's funny how this is the first time we finally dealt with this problem. But good problems, honestly.
Good problems.
We finally, at least we're at this spot right now.
Good problems to have. Try to actually write it clean, write it properly, so that we don't get, screwed later.
Yeah, so Ryan and I actually drove back to Southern California yesterday for Mother's Day. It's funny because, this whole week we're fundraising, right? So we've been like the busiest we've ever been. And we actually originally were just going to like burn the ticket and not come back. But on Sunday morning, we had a little bit of time. And so we just decided to actually just say, you know what, fuck it. Let's actually come down. We drove down just for a quick dinner. And today morning, about like 8 right now, we're going to fly back to S7, obviously. Keep fundraising going, and Ryan need to get a lot of the code stuff done just to keep the product going as well. But that's the main reason that we came back too, because I don't really want to regret like missing Mother's Day and like important moments of hanging out with my family. Like it's been already 5 months since I've been home. My mom visited me once, and I just really want to be home for the weekend. But also, it really helps with the work side too. A lot of times when me and him, Ryan, were working a lot, what ends up happening is that we start turning like delusional, because you're just looking at the problem so deeply, right? And you don't get new perspective. So we also thought on the drive back, ironically, Ryan and I both really enjoyed it, even though it was 6 hours, because we were finally able to do something different and just clear the mind. I really miss my mom and my sister, and it was just so good seeing them. So feel really recharged, and seeing my mom happy seeing me just really made my day. So it's nice to just get out of the bubble, because it reminds you that at the end of the day, it is just work, and there are like more important things in life than just working all the time. Hanging out with family, having a good time, enjoying a good meal. Those are, in my opinion, at the end of the day, like something to cherish more than just grinding 24/7.
Is this only one?
Just one. What are you doing?
He has the wrong control.
Yo, man, it's on.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, no, shoot with this one.
I'll show the viewers the screen. Also, it's screen. Can you add some like aliens and shit?
I can add aliens and shit, bro. I can't even make a multiplayer.
Oh, can we get like double like this, like so I can go like this? I can be like this, or I can be like.
Cursor prompt away.
You gotta do the dual wheel, bro.
Yeah, I'll let that in right now.
Prompt the dual wheel right now. One prompt away to be able to use 2 guns. Everyone just vibe coding right now.
What language are you? Beats me.
The dual wheel now?
Let's see. Nah, we didn't one-shot it, boys.
Oh.
It was a worthy try, bro.
Sorry, just ask some
It was a good run.
You're telling me I gotta use my brain to actually program now?
Honestly, a little embarrassing.
No, cursor should be embarrassed right now.
Bro, use O3. That's fucking. Someone get the cursor founders here.
So I'm actually editing this video right now, and we got Ryan there just locked in coding. Want to say hi, Ryan?
What up, guys?
And we actually also have a seat open over here. So we're actually looking to hire an intern for the summer. So if you want to be in San Francisco and you're cracked at AI ML, definitely apply in the link in the description. But also if you're remote, we're also looking at that as well. So feel free to apply as well. But anyway, sorry for disrupting the regular vlog schedule. I'll let you guys get back to it. Calls, man. Just getting on a lot of calls, Ryan, right?
Yeah.
I felt we're not even co-founders at this point. You're just working on product all day, and I'm just getting on a bazillion calls. But that's a good thing, though. I think when you fundraise, how we think about it, at least from our side, is to try to get it done like 2 to 3 weeks, because every time you're fundraising, you're not actually really working on the product. Obviously, fundraising is important too, so you can get the resources, right? But I figure a lot of you guys are probably asking, I can already see in the Discord when I'm talking to you guys in the community channel, is that how do you get on calls, and how we've been approaching fundraising and talking to VCs is kind of like sales. Is that we try to, first, obviously, warm intro is the best part. So I have a lot of good founders friends I met already, obviously from Founders Inc., from the whole time being SF. So I'm just asking a lot of these different people to open up like warm intro. And I think that's why it's also important to just have good relationships with people, right? And I'm very thankful for a lot of my friends, like Savannah, all these other people, right? Like right there, Savannah.
Did someone say my name?
for giving me like a tons of intro. So warm is always better than cold. And obviously the second method at the top of the funnel will be cold outreach. But I would say don't just like spray and pray. Actually look to see like if the fund is funding like the stage you're in. For example, we're raising a pre-seed/seed. It wouldn't make any sense for me to be reaching out to Series A firms, right? Or Series B firms, because they simply can't fund us, because that is not in their fund thesis. And obviously write custom emails for each of them and actually make it interesting and keep everything concise. But to also go into a little bit more about the warm intro, what we're doing is that when I message my friends, if they are willing to intro me, then what I would do, I would ask them to send me a list of VCs that they think can be good fit, right? So when they send me the list, I write up a custom email for each one of them, and then they forward it to that VC. You want to lower the friction, make it as easy as possible for people to, do these warm intros for you. And this method I haven't done is that I have heard a couple people, they will go to like different pitching competition type of thing, where a lot of VCs do go. So they will go pitch at those things, and then after that, a lot of times VCs will reach out if they do like your pitch and stuff. So the key thing is just to try to get as much top of funnel as possible. It's already been about a week and a half since we've been fundraising. Every day I'm just getting on calls. For example, tomorrow I'm getting on like about 6 calls, 6 to 7 calls, just back to back to back to back, really trying to knock it out. Because at the end of the day, you really just need one VC to say yes. And if someone leads you around, the rest usually comes a lot easier.
Point 3 in regulation, Knicks by 3.
No! What? Wait, what?
That was a joke.
Wait, what? What happened? Yo, that was insane. It was a 2? It's 2. It was a 2! I know it was a 2! Bro! It was a 2! Bronza! It was a 2! Bro, what was that?
And don't forget, the game where Reggie Miller did this, the Pacers lost.
He did the
About to actually head to bed soon, just wrapping up some work, lining up the meetings, and finishing up some things up, sending out some more emails. But yeah, it's been about 2 weeks since we've been fundraising, and have obviously some second and third meetings rolling in and stuff. I've just been talking to people, right? And at the end of the day, there's a lot of like people connection stuff. But I'm just exhausted, from my social battery. And it's interesting too, because I'm not exhausted when I talk to customers, but for some reasons, when I talk to VCs, I do get really tired. And it's not like because they're bad people or anything like that. But what I realize is that as an entrepreneur, you always want to be doing the work that will move the needle forward. And yes, raising funds do move the needle forward. But what I want to do is the game of growing the company and the other type of work. But a lot of times it's really important to do what you don't want to do, because it is necessary to fundraise, to do these things, because having more capital does help everything move faster and such. But I'm definitely going to break these vlogs up to 2 different series, just because I already have so much footage from these past 2 weeks. So after this, back to work, gonna get a good night rest, and I'll keep you guys updated on the next video. Peace.